Dream Team? It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with our guy, Mr. Isaac Butterfield. The Australian government versus free speech. Before we dive in, make sure you guys subscribe, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it can suggest it. Let's do this.
Why is Elon Musk at war with Australia's Prime Minister? Well, actually, it's not just the Prime Minister, it's a whole group of people, including the opposition leader, the Trump to our Biden, so to speak. Everyone seems to be in agreement that Elon Musk is a bad person and must be stopped. Our Prime Minister even called him arrogant. He doesn't seem to like Elon very much at all. There's another person involved in this, the E-Safety Commissioner, who I personally really love. I'm a big fan of, and everything she does I support. Because she has the control in Australia to take things down at the click of a mouse. She can remove absolutely anything from the internet if she deems it to be against the public interest. And she's not an elected official by any means. She's just a regular human being who has been employed for a job. And
she got all the power. All the power lies in her. She said anything y'all say, anything y'all post, y'all from Australia, I can get it taken down immediately. Click of a button. Easy.
Yet she rules with an iron fist, and I imagine she lives somewhere up like Mordor or Mount Doom or something. She is officially Australia's E-Karen. But in this particular case, Australia versus Elon Musk and free speech, she's deciding what the world can and cannot see. And that's where Elon seems to have a problem.
What you mean? How she decide that?
Now, before I go into the details of what's happening in this story, I am on tour. I'm doing regional Australia, then I'm doing America, then the capital cities of Australia, and then the UK. It's going to be fantastic. Townsville, which is up here, you sold 700 tickets in 3 days. Holy shit. I love you. I'll see you very soon. And secondly, here are the cliff notes of what has happened. The Australian government has said to X, formerly Twitter, hey, you, take this down. And X and Elon Musk have said, no, it's in the interest of freedom of speech. We're not taking it down. The Australian government's supreme leader has said, hey, if you don't take it down, we're going to fine you. Because apparently you can just fine people overseas. All right. Elon Musk said, no, we're not taking it down. In fact, well, he did take it down in Australia, but then the E-Safety Supreme Leader wants to take it down all over the globe, but Elon said, fuck that. And now he's going to get fines and has to fight a kangaroo. I assume that is the punishment. They're the cliff notes. Let's get into the actual details of what's happening.
Yeah, I feel like you can take it down in your country, but you can't make people from other countries take it down, right? Or is that not how... I don't know. I mean, Elon Musk, I don't think you're going to be able to find him because Elon got money for the best lawyers and everything. But even if you did find him, he's just going to pay the fine. But Elon said, F all that. I ain't rocking with it. Elon said, God dang it, I believe in freedom of speech and you may be able to censor what they can and can't see in Australia, but you cannot do it here. You will not do it here as long as I am in charge of X. Anything that people post will stay posted unless I deem it to be not good, I guess, because I'm sure he would have the power to, because that's why they're going to find him. But okay, keep it going.
I assume that is the punishment. They're the cliff notes. Let's get into the actual details of what's happening here. Anthony Albanese, that's Australia's Prime Minister, and Elon Musk's feud over X's bid to show graphic stabbing footage as a Conservative senator shares the video. So the stabbing was of a guy called Mari.
I just reacted to this recently.
I believe it's a Lebanese community here in Australia. And this was live streamed only a couple of days after the shopping centre stabbing that happened in Australia as well.
That's crazy.
It's horrific to see. I saw it. I was just on my lounge just scrolling and you see this bishop.
That's wild.
Allegedly by this 16-year-old. People keep saying allegedly, even though I've seen the footage and it doesn't look great for the 16-year-old. But allegedly. It was crazy to see. And I see a lot of death on Twitter. I don't know if you're on Twitter or not, but there's a lot of dead people or people dying or the death of someone. It's very full on to see. But it is what it is. It's a platform of free speech, and if people want to post that and watch it, then that's what will happen. A federal senator has shared the unedited violent footage of the Wakely church stabbing attack as feud continues over X's bid to able to host it on its site. Now, this stabbing was shown on X and all the other social media sites, I assume, on the night that it happened, and probably lived throughout everyone's group chat as well. This was a video footage that was taken from a live stream and everyone shared it. Now, word spread quick and the riot ensued outside of the church. And obviously social media played a huge role.
I saw that, bro. That was absolutely wild, dog. They turned on the cops. They started throwing stones, bricks. I think 2 cops ended up being hospitalized. This ride was wild. Definitely wild.
Role in this and people seeing it so quickly. But wouldn't people have heard about it eventually anyway, and a riot may have ensued anyway? Like, is this what we're saying here, that we should take things down that might incite other people to be angry? Don't people have a right to be upset? If they see something that is horrific, don't they have a right to be upset? Should we not allow people to post videos of the World Trade Center coming down? Shouldn't people have the right to see something that is graphic? Yes. But it's in their best interest to know what is happening and what is real.
I feel that.
It's the same as what's happening in Gaza. Shouldn't we be able to see the horrific tragedies and the people that are affected by war? Shouldn't we be able to see that? Now, the Australian government did not like this.
I do agree with that. I do agree with what Isaac Butterfield is saying. Yes. And people would find out about it and be angry about it. I don't agree with them turning on the police. I don't agree with them throwing stones or bricks or whatever they did and hospitalizing them. But, like, the right to protest, like, I agree with that. You should have that. You should be able to be angry. Know what I'm saying? So, I agree with what Isaac said.
They went everywhere, all right? They said, take this down right now. In fact, they had to go to court to get X to take it down here in Australia, which they did. Elon did take it down here in Australia. That's what people aren't listening to in this case. They did take it down in this country. But that's not where it stops. The E-Safety Commission says, no, Elon, you must take it down everywhere, all over the globe, because I say so. She wants to have control
that ain't happening
over the laws in Australia, and okay, I have issues with that, sure, but all over the world? Come on,
ain't
lady.
happening.
Who the fuck are you? Now, Elon said this in response. Our concern is that if any country is allowed to censor content for all countries, which is what the Australian E-Safety Commissar is demanding, then what is to stop any country from controlling the entire internet? A very fair point. And
that is a good question.
Then you're the problem. We have already censored the content in question in Australia, pending legal appeal, and it is only stored on servers in the USA. And you know what's really interesting to me on all of this? Is our government doesn't agree on anything. The powers that be don't agree on anything. The media don't agree on anything. They're always arguing and bitching and moaning. But on this, it's a fucking steadfast front.
Hey.
Which makes me think, why are they...
They just needed a common enemy. They needed a common enemy. That will bring people together as a common enemy. And Elon Musk is that enemy.
All so desperate to be able to control what's being posted. Interesting, right? Certainly concerning.
Elon Musk has no social conscience or conscience whatsoever. I don't know, whatever Elon Musk is on, it says that that's okay to continue to air that is absolutely disgusting behaviour. And quite frankly, the bloke should be jailed. And the sooner that we can bring rules in or do something about this sort of game playing with our social media, the better off we're going to be.
What's more concerning is shit like this. And this is happening all over the world. Look at Scotland. They have a far worse types of law or legislation trying to be passed or being passed in their parliament. But here we have the Misinformation Bill, which is the federal government's proposal of strengthening the ACMA would give it the power to investigate the systems and processes utilised by digital platforms to address harmful and false information and impose mandatory rules if their processes were found to be inadequate. But under legislation, the ACMA would not have the power to demand those to be removed. So not remove, but be in charge of what is and isn't okay. Once again, who are these people that get to decide what is and what isn't okay?
True.
What is
True.
correct information and what is misinformation?
I do agree with that. I feel like that's hard. So that's why I would, that's very difficult. Because what might be misinformation to you might not be misinformation to somebody else, or what might be hate speech to you might not be hate speech to somebody else, or what might offend you might not offend someone else. Or it's very hard to be the judge of what should and shouldn't pass. So I understand what they're saying. That is very difficult.
That's what you got to ask yourself. And do you want this put into law? Do you trust the government today? Yeah, sure, you might, but do you trust the government in 50 years that will utilise this power as well? Some things probably should be taken down off the internet, like with the horrific stabbing that happened in Sydney. The wrong man's name was put out there as the attacker. This random
wow.
dude. Yeah, that should be taken down. And I hope
That's
he sues
crazy.
fucking everyone. But should something be taken
Facts.
down because it's too offensive, too graphic, or because it's misinformation? Who gets to decide that? That's the real question here. And I want to know your opinion in the comment section down below. But to the E-Safety Commissioner, I assume someone from your office is watching this. I love your work. You're doing a great job. All the very best. Thank you. I love you. And goodbye. Motherfucker, peace in the Middle East. Toodaloo. Au revoir. Bye-bye.
He said, I assume you're watching this. I do love you. Everything. I hope everything is going okay. You're doing a great job. Yeah, I agree with, I'm on Elon's side on this one. Just the fact, should it be up there? Probably not. I don't know. But I don't think that you should be able to control what other countries post. Or, you know what I'm saying? If you want to do that in your country, understandable. But you can't tell them to remove it in other countries because, like he said, then you have to ask the question, one country is able to determine what shouldn't be posted in all countries, then at one point, does that not go down the dangerous path of them possibly being able to control the internet? That's all we got. Make sure you subscribe, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. It's your boy Neal. Out.